Now, in the third part from the lesson, we are talking now about subtraction and addition, properties of inequality. Now, exactly like doing with equations, exactly like dealing with equations in solving a problem, when you add or subtract same number from each side of an inequality, the inequality remains true. So adding or subtracting any variable from both sides will not change the inequality. Now, for all of the numbers a, b, and c, if a is more than b and you subtract from a quantity or amount that equals to c, and subtracting the same amount from b, so a minus c and b minus c will not change the equality. It will keep the inequality the same. And the same thing if you add c to a and you have to add it to b to keep the inequality true. And the same thing even if a is less than b and not more than. If a is less than b, so a minus c and b minus c will keep the inequality as it. We will not change the inequality. We will not change the inequality. Adding or subtracting numbers will not change the inequality. Here, for example, if 2 is less than 5, as you can see here, if 2 is less than 5 and you subtract from 2 4, and subtracting same number or 4 from 5 will keep the inequality as it. I have here -2 less than 1 and it's still true, Now, I will use this, properties in solving inequalities. Like solve the inequality in example 1, x plus 3 is more than 10. Check your solution, then graph the solution set on a number line. Now, what should I do? First, I have to solve the inequality. Then I will graph it. Why? I have to graph it to show the solution. Now, how to solve it? Exactly like solving equation. Since 3 is added and I want to isolate x in the inequality to graph it to find the solution. So what I will do actually, I will subtract 3 from both sides of the inequality, to make sure that I will not change the quality, the properties of the quality that keep x plus 3 is more than 10. Now, when you get rid of -3, of number 3 by subtracted from both sides, you will take you will get the inequality x is more than 7. So the solution that makes the inequality true, that x is more than 7. Now, what do we have to do? We should actually graph it. Now, to graph it, all we have to do is, as you can see here, is go to number 7, and since there is no equal under more than, so I will put a circle around it, as you can see here. And after that, I will graph the number line to the right. Why to the right? Because they said x is more. This means that all of the values here supposed to be x, and all of them are actually more than 7. Only more. Is 7 is a solution? No, it's not included in the solution. 7 is actually less than. 7.1, for example, is a solution. 7.000005, for example, is a solution, but 7, it's not a solution. Let's solve the last problem, last example. We will solve it here now, then we will continue together in the class. Now, solve and graph. 6 plus h is less than or equal. Notice it's less than or equal, as you can see here. -9. So all I have to do is actually, I will ask myself, is 6 added to h or subtracted from h? It's added. So actually, since it's added, I will subtract x from both sides. Subtract x from here and here. 6 minus x, 6 is 0. So h is less than or equal to -9, -6. Since I have same sign for 9 and 6, so the rule tells me I have to add them together. 6 plus 9, it's equals to 15, and the sign must be negative, as you can see here, because when I have same sign, I keep the sign. Now I actually, if you see, I solve it. I need just to graph it to make sure that it's actually to make sure to show the solution for it. Now what I will do, I go to -15 and then put a circle which is filled on it. Then I make my line with arrow for the solution to the left. Why to the left? Because h is less than -5. We finish the lesson, continue in the class, and have a nice day.